Shock supporter here with Trevor, Quickshot, Henry, and the Copenhagen Wolves. As Youngbuck has joined us for some analysis. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
All right, well, if we take a look at the first game and the picks and bans, Youngbuck, it's an adaptation coming in as we look at the beginning of the playoffs coming in that were both Millenium and the Supa Hot Crew. What did you think of the comps?
I think that Supa Hot Crew got all the strong champions in almost every lane, and as a result, Millenium tried to pick champions that beat them in lane. However, Supa Hot Crew just countered it very easily by lane swapping.
Yeah, I also think the early game, Millenium just really weren't aggressive enough in my mind with the champion picks. One thing I do want to highlight, Supa Hot Crew ran the exact same composition that Rocket ran to beat them in game 1 of their series, including a first blood pickup by the jungler of Impaler, so he was even channeling his inner Yankos in that matchup.
Yeah, very good adaptation coming out of them there. And then even though it was a slow game, it was Millenium that managed to come out ahead in that initial phase.
Yeah, I think Millenium, they had a small advantage. I actually just want to pull a replay up onto your screen right now, and I'd like to ask Youngbuck for his opinion on how the teleports actually impact this dragon fight. 24 minutes in, gold is even, towers are nearly even, kills are nearly very close. Let's roll this clip out, and Youngbuck, talk me through the team fight from your opinion. What went right, what went wrong?
I think the Supa Hot Crew shouldn't have gone for the Dragon. They should have looked for a pick with the Elise Morgana combination, just try to lock someone down and force cooldowns, force someone to base and then do Dragon. However, they got a bit greedy for the Drake and just started it too early. And that's where Curb actually caught the backline of Supa Hot Crew and they just went to town on them.
Yeah, had those evolved wings, kept hop, skipping, and jumping through. That was the theory. If Curb was able to get the damage down, you could have Tristan and Kha'Zix clean up. But from there on out, it just never happened.
Yeah, Kha'Zix decided to go full damage, and then we had the Talon, of course. Maybe a questionable pick, but it did work out in the beginning. But I feel like Curb felt like, I have this one kill, I should in theory be able to roam around and kill some people, but it ended up in him jumping in and maybe swinging the game.
Yeah, I actually want to ask your opinion on the Talon, because I wasn't convinced by the pick. I felt Curb didn't play aggressively enough when he had the power spike. Would you throw a Talon in the mid if you were playing on the stage for a potential spot?
I personally wouldn't have picked it, especially if you're going for a Lulu Kha'Zix combination. You have two champions that are really good at keeping your opponent at distance, so I was expecting something along the lines of Xerath or even Ziggs.
All right, let's actually take a look at a team fight that occurred a little further in the game that brought it back in Supa Hot Crew's favor. Let's get that up on the screen where they jump in again.
Yeah, so from this point, Supa Hot Crew have already stamped control in the game. Millenium have been caught out a couple of times. If you just roll this clip out, I like the engage from Mima, but the problem is Millenium's composition. You see Curb, he still hasn't used his ultimate, he's trying to look for something to do, but he's got no one to jump onto, and unfortunately, when he does dive onto 4 members of Supa Hot Crew, he just gets instantly blown up. I really don't think Millenium's comp scaled very well, and like Youngbuck said a few moments ago, Supa Hot Crew got all of the strong picks on this patch.
All right, then let me ask you guys this. Going into game 2, obviously the Talon may be different. Is there a different approach they should go for? But obviously going in for that pick-up against something they love to do so much, Trevor.
So in my mind, I think Supa Hot Crew have the ability to play more. I think they're a more diverse team. They can play pick, they can play split push, they can play team fight. Millenium, I feel, are a little bit more of a one-style pony. So for Millenium, it's just about getting the picks that works with their style, that are relevant. Because Talon fits with his style, but I don't think he's relevant in this patch.
Joey, any advice for Millenium in this one?
I'm hoping to see Millenium pick up stronger champions this time and not pick just for the lane, but pick for the overall strength of the champion.
All right, we'll see what they will do. We need to step away for a moment, but we'll be right back for game 2 between